Lumos.
Graphically, already from the jump, it looks really, really good.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
A couple things. One, we see that they're not just in Hogwarts. I know the game is called Hogwarts Legacy, but we are seeing the world surrounding Hogwarts, the magical world surrounding Hogwarts. So that's pretty cool. Oh, is that Cthulhu dog?
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy.
Well, thank you for welcoming me. Yeah, man, that looks great. This honestly looks like a picture right out of Dark Souls. Like, I mean, it even kind of looks like an outfit you might wear in Dark Souls. By the way, guys, my name's Danny Servi, and I'm watching Hogwarts Legacy gameplay trailer video, I think it's called. I don't know. I don't know much about the game. I know it's a PlayStation exclusive. Sad face.
It was at this moment that he knew he f***ed up.
You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world. But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you
that
must
looks so
create
good.
the witch or wizard you want to be. When you arrive at Hogwarts, you will be sorted into one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin.
I love when games take a founded lore and a founded world and allow you to create a character inside of it. That's always my dream, right? Like Lord of the Rings, I love the story of Lord of the Rings, but I would love to have an RPG where I'm making my own character and I make all my decisions for that character in the Lord of the Rings world. Same with Star Wars. Really, really awesome. Graphically beautiful. Graphically wonderful.
Do you settle into your dormitory? You will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending charms, defense against the dark arts, herbology, and potions classes, to name a few.
Okay, you know what this is actually making me feel like? Y'all remember the game Bully? That game that was like one of Rockstar's first major hits. That's what this is giving me vibes of, where you could go to class and like do all that stuff. You had to go around the school. And then you could also, you had your primary objective, and then you had like going to school. And I love it. So far, this is so promising. Like from a role-playing aspect, when I play games, especially fantasy games like this, I get really into the role play in my head, right? And this is going to be perfect for role-playing in Harry Potter's world.
Oh, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with a passion and rigor.
Okay, so I'm really confused actually about a couple things. So I'm curious what language this was originally recorded and the game was created in, because the first like 5 characters, their mouths did not sync up to what they were saying. Now, granted, they could have easily been pulling some clips of somebody saying something and just adding the actual voices over top of them. So it's not actually what you would see and hear in the game at the same time. But this guy's mouth seems to be pretty well synced up. And it's not like Harry Potter is a lore based in any country other than England. So it would be strange to even try to pull out that excuse of like, oh, it's a different place. But that's besides the point. I'm curious where the game developer came from.
Of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Love it.
You may begin.
Love it.
Not bad for a beginner.
And great lip sync.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments,
That's
and
so cool.
mysteries. You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways,
Huh.
as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve.
I like how the
You may
chick's
even
just like,
find
oh,
yourself
cool,
in
he figured
iconic
something out.
locations you've never been able to explore before. It's the late 1800s, so while the common...
So I am curious. So they talked about dungeons, which is awesome. And they talked about finding secret passageways and secret areas. I'm hoping, since we don't know too much about the game, we don't know too much about how a lot of it's going to work out. At least I don't. So are you going to be able to find like cool, better wands? Are you going to be able to find like spell books that teach you certain spells that you can only find if you complete dungeons or if you find extra special areas through doing puzzles? Because that would be awesome. That would be fantastic.
classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
Love it.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. One's designed to help you catch up with the
Love
other
it so
Vizier's
much.
at your own speed.
So we got a game also full of mini games. So it's a game that has the schooling, which is a mini game in itself, as long as it's actually like, hey, you kind of need to like learn things and then actually pass tests, which I know to some people that might not sound super great in a video game, but to me, especially a game where you're in a wizard school, sounds awesome. Like if I have to specifically remember how to make a certain potion and then perform that in the game to get a passing grade, and then let's say that that benefits me some type of special item or special interaction, I don't know, then that's amazing. And we know that there's going to be all these different mini games that's going to be in this game, and that's so cool. That's so exciting. I love it so much.
Opportunities for adventure abound in the area surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork will soon become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight.
Interesting.
And if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat he really is.
Wow.
Loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful goblins, and sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact,
So a question that you always have to have when you are viewing gameplay, especially with abilities and magic, is the ease of use of those abilities and magic. We just saw in this very short, like 2 seconds, he shot a fireball, ice, and then did some type of physic magic, I would imagine. And so are we going to have like a set number of abilities that we can have at our disposal at one time? Which isn't that bad of a way of doing it. I mean, if you, let's say, you could hold 4 abilities at one time. Yeah, that's a small number. It's smaller than I would want, but it's not the worst way of doing it. I would be curious to see an actual UI gameplay. So it's showing us the HUD and showing us how he's activating these abilities and all that kind of stuff, because that would be interesting to me.
there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Enemies
Very
possess
cool.
unique defensive and offensive abilities, including blasting curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of the shield charm allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes.
Very interesting.
Counterattack with powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations. Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome.
Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic your professors do not understand to obliterate your strongest foes.
Interesting.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate.
Okay, so we keep seeing him cast like a large amount of spells. And so that's given me a lot of hopes, right? Because the more spells that I can have at my disposal at one time, absolutely amazing. Now, what I would not be particularly happy with is like a button combination to cast a spell. Some people might enjoy that kind of playstyle. I would not. But that's the only way I could really imagine them being able to have so many spells readily available, is having it be like a spell combination thing.
Duelist.
But we saw some destructible environment, which is also very awesome.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience. Level up your abilities by choosing talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
So there we go. That answered a lot of my questions right there. So yeah, if there's going to be a high loot system, which we saw the loot pop up on the one guy's body after he had defeated him, and then obviously there's chests, there's an actual resource system where you have to go out and find certain things, and then you get to actually upgrade your stuff or find better stuff. You get your own skill trees to level up. That's amazing, and I love it. I love it. Love it so much. Love it to pieces. Mwah. Everything I would want from a Harry Potter game, right? You got character customization. You have, it seems like there's going to be choices, right? So it seems like you're going to have certain choices that you make at the beginning that determines what kind of house that you go into. If you go into Gryffindor or Slytherin, so on and so forth. And so it seems like there's also going to be a choice system, which very, very cool.
Even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
I don't want to put this curse on us. I don't want to put this curse in the video game world, but we did see that as he was crafting different potions, he was concocting potions. The one had said 2 minutes and was counting down the seconds. Please, for the love of everything, don't let there be microtransactions to speed up potion crafting and that kind of crap. That will be the worst. Just don't do it. I'm going to go ahead and just expect that it's not even in there, and that there's just certain crafting times for certain spells, or not spells, but potions and that kind of stuff. And that's it. You just have to deal with it. Okay. But don't let there be microtransactions.
Grow and deploy magical plants to mob the battlefield and keep your enemies at bay. You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Cool. All right.
In Beast class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind if you know me, you know that I love animals, all animals, including CGI fake animals in an imaginary world. I love animals, and I will spend a large amount of time in that area alone. I promise you. I will spend the max amount of time that they allow me to, especially if I get to pet and clean an animal. Oh, that's so awesome. And now here we are jumping into riding on his broomstick. So cool. Now we know that they even give us that kind of freedom, at least to an extent, which is amazing.
All of you, how to maneuver on a broomstick.
Yep.
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
So cool.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some
That was a
abilities
weird
may be
dialogue.
taught to you by students who become your friends. As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions.
Awesome.
And over time, you'll learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Natsai Onai is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
What happens
That's
now?
me.
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again.
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Triple-figs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the Room of Requirement.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and then provides it for you.
So very cool.
Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover vivariums that allow you to nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
What is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
So we get our own little magical world inside this magical world that's inside the real world, where we get to customize like like almost kind of like a town. And if I understood correctly, it's gonna be like a zoo essentially. So cool. Love it so much. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. So
Not
awesome.
everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
Love it so much.
But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards, emboldened by the turmoil of the times, wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them.
You know me, I'll be defeating all of them.
You'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the ground with snow or rain. Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance. Be on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle
very cool.
walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling benevolent, you can rescue them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also untold rewards. Be careful where you choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path. Master spells. Befriend new allies. Journey across a landscape never seen before. Uncover ancient secrets. Combat mystical threats. Learn long-forgotten mysteries. Become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
There it is. Holiday 2022. My goodness, guys, that looks so good. That looks so incredible. Oh my goodness. Going into this, from the little bit that I've been told, like when I was live streaming and stuff, so I got my hopes a little high, but that video just put my hopes through the freaking roof. Oh my gosh. That is so cool and so exciting. But of course, I want to know what you guys have to think. Please leave a comment below telling me, what do you think of it? Do you agree with me? Do you think it looks amazing? Do you think it looks fantastic? Are you as excited to pet and clean small mythical creatures as I am? Because that's what I'm going to be spending the majority of my time doing, is just playing with mythical creatures. Okay? That's going to be me. I'm just going to be in there, being my druidy self. Okay? So leave a comment below, let me know what you think, give the video a thumbs up, and hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber already, because guess what? We make a lot of good content here. And of course, the number one thing that I need you to do is to stay beautiful, stay wonderful, and stay awesome. Bye-bye.